Hi, welcome to the Wild Ways. Just going to give you a quick end of the month update on my new outdoor lifestyle and how it's going. And in the first month, I'm starting to double down on this lifestyle after all the hard lessons of last year. I did a podcast on thinking about going outdoors, listen to this first, and I explained in there that my first year was a bit of a disaster because I didn't plan it out properly and learned a lot of stuff, and I was still cleaning up the old life, and I still am to a certain extent. But I can tell you what I said in that podcast about like making a schedule and sticking to it. I've doubled down on that. So my first month, taking some of my own advice and my own hard lessons, I made a schedule, and it was an aggressive one for me, and because I'm still relatively new to the podcasting thing, I'm relatively new to filming. I needed to make time, I needed to get some gear organized. And so everything in terms, especially when it comes to this electronic stuff, everything takes me a lot longer than it probably should. And I'm kind of one of the things I know is over time it'll get easier, and I'm sure I'll get more efficient at it. So I did make a schedule. I'm on basically the final couple day push to try to complete it, and I probably won't complete everything that I had on it, but it's going to be darn close. I feel good about it. It seems like by having the schedule and doing my best to stick with it has kind of gotten me into into a groove, so to speak, for keeping going. And it's hard sometimes, but if you stick to the schedule, if for me, you can get spread so thin, you have 30 things on your to-do list that day, including cleaning up the old life. And for me, I have a family, so I have some obligations with kids and my kids and my family and everything like that. So you kind of really have to have a schedule, and the hardest things to do sometimes are the ones that I would used to just put on the back burner. Now I literally, my to-do list for some of the stuff is like one. I don't even put anything else on it. I just put the one thing on it, and once that's complete, I go on to the next one. So I've narrowed my focus a lot, which has been a huge help for me in this first month of doubling down on the outdoor lifestyle. Has narrowed my focus one thing at a time. And so one of the lessons out of that is something that I would think in my head, in like my ambition would say, it's really only good for, it'll only take me 2 hours to do. It literally took me almost 2 days to do some of that stuff. But that's just part of the game, and learning about, maybe that's why I might not get all of my stuff I wanted to do done this first month. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I won't. I only have a few hours left type of thing. So when it comes to that, I realize that my ambition outdoes reality sometimes. And so I'll adjust that for next month, but I'm full steam ahead. No plan on slowing down and not giving up. I'm not losing steam. In fact, I'm telling you, I'm gaining it from just sticking to that schedule. It's been a big help. Finally did get out to the Trapline to do a bit of trapping. I plan on going again. Again, it's something you got to schedule and plan. And also when you're out there, I come up with a bit of a plan on what I want to get done out there, rather than historically, recreationally, you plan to go out, throw out as many traps as you can, have a few drinks, have a nice dinner, and turn around and go home. Now it's more strategic because I want to make it a full-time thing for me. So that's all learning, but it was great to get out there. I'm just about to head out again and do my thing out there. What's the next month going to look like? It's going to look a lot the same, but I'm adjusting my focus with this weather that we're having. I'm going to adjust my focus and do some ice fishing and get caught up on firewood. And as far as the outdoor life, I might go look for some chaga. I'm going to continue writing, even though like it's hard when you've been out of it for so long. You just got to force yourself through it. And even if it it looks stupid or you think it's stupid, I'm just going ahead and doing it and plowing through that. I'm appalled by our government rules that they keep trying to enforce on us outdoors. It seems on us outdoors people, it seems like an attack on us constantly, taking away rights. We just recently got the letter from the RCMP to say they sent it to all people that actually have possession and acquisition licenses. So I'm just ignoring all that noise, and I'm attempting to be a good example for my family and my friends, and live the life that I want, live out the last half of my life doing what I want and pushing myself out of the comfort zone. That's one thing that happens, is that you definitely get pushed out of your comfort zone, and that's mentally and physically and spiritually. It's so freeing, and on one hand, and on the other hand, it makes you a little apprehensive, because it kind of goes against the grain of what we've been brought up being taught. We've been brought up being taught to, like, shut up, do your job, get a good pension, retire, and in lots of cases die shortly after retirement. So I've sprung free from that, which is the best thing. I definitely need to figure out the revenue streams, but I did jump in head first, and that first podcast I listed off the mistakes I made. There was a few things I would have changed, but I'm not disappointed with my decision one bit, other than I would have started out a little bit differently, but I've fixed that now. I hope to keep learning and keep growing, keep moving forward. We'll figure out the revenue streams. We'll get better at trapping. We'll decide what the summer stuff brings for me, whether that's fishing guide or doing some guided hunts or trapline tours. I'm working through that. I am full steam ahead in creating content and writing. And I do have videos out on my Lyman's Wild Ways YouTube. I try to put one out every week. Doesn't always work out. My goal is to get at least one out every week, but at the same time, I'm learning there too with technology. I'll get better as I go. I just got to remember to film sometimes. You forget your camera, and you do learn. It takes 2 or 3 times as long when you're filming it than it does if you just go and get after it. Normally, I would just go and get after it. So part of my mental mindset is slowing down and remembering to film. So that's another thing. But just the update I wanted to share with you guys is the first month of like renewing myself and like making the schedule and narrowing my focus has been a really big thing in terms of my outdoor future and my outdoor lifestyle. If you got anything from this, great. And I hope that I can encourage and inspire other people to do the same. And we'll catch you guys all real soon.